Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Ngayon po ang unang araw ng Mayo, May 2, 2022, Monday. Ito po ang the stock market today. Bukas po ay Fiesta Opisyal, Idil Fitr, or the end of Ramadan. And we're only 1 week away from the national and local elections, which is on May 9, another holiday. Okay, if this is your first time in this channel, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. I do this report daily, and I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Anything I say in this channel should not be construed as financial advice. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa napipintong halalan. Meron po tayong special report on a think tank. Kasama ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, May 2, 2022. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, let's take a look at our financial headlines. Dito po sa BDO Securities. April inflation likely to pick up according to a Business World poll. Okay. BSP to pursue reserve requirement ratio cut in second half of 2022. Ito po yung sa bangko. For every 1 peso that you deposit, meron pong reserve requirement yan. At ngayon, nasa 12% po for commercial and universal banks. And for non-financial institutions, it's at 14%. So for every 1 peso, meron pong 12 centavos na naka-reserve or binibigay po yan sa BSP. Hindi po yan kumikita ng interest. Okay, and then on our sectoral and company news, we have Metro Bank posts first quarter net income of 8 billion. We also have URC books first quarter 22 headline net income of 3.5 billion, up 16% year on year. Then CHP first quarter EBITDA, or earnings before income taxes, depreciation and amortization, reaches 1 billion, flat year on year. But our main news ay bago po tayo sa main news, tignan po natin muna yung sa business world, regarding the stock market, volatility to continue on rate hike, inflation, and fear. So this is, sabi niya, this is the main reason kung bakit bumaba yung stock index noong Friday. Ito po yung volatility, yung rate hike, and inflation. Sa business news naman ng Philstar, business sentiment turns negative, sabi ng think tank. Yan. It's citing the Russia-Ukraine war and the global risk survey from Oxford Economics. But our main news is from the Manila Times. Sabi dito, a Marcos presidency will doom PH economy, sabi ng think tank. Okay? And probably this is one of the reasons kung bakit bumaba din ang stock market. And one of our subscribers commented before the month end was that ang comment niya ay ang tingin niya tataas ang stock market because up yung Dow Jones, and in fact the regional indices last Friday were up, yung Hong Kong Hang Seng Index, the Singapore Straits Times, the regional indices are up and the Dow Jones are up. But, well, tingnan po natin tong piece na ito from the Manila Times, and it is only the PSE index and the PSE stock market which crashed last Friday. So sabi dito, local think tank Action for Economic Reforms warned on Friday that a Marcos presidency would spell disaster for the Philippine economy. It said in a statement that this year's elections are a turning point for the country, and given the global pandemic's profound social and economic impact, the next president must have concrete strategies in place to limit COVID-19 risk and support the country's economic recovery. Unfortunately, if polls and surveys would dictate the actual results, the country's economic future is now in a terrible jeopardy. Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has led electoral surveys, and this spells trouble for everyone, AER said. It said, according to a Bloomberg survey of 28 investors and analysts, Marcos Jr. had the second lowest score of the 5 candidates considered, with a score of 46, compared to Vice President Leni Robredo, who received the highest score of 105 among the contenders. The research organization pointed out that analysts, investors, and economists can see all red flags in a potential Marcos presidency. The son is a much inferior version of his father, however, as Marcos Jr. has an unclear economic platform which depends on an empty rhetoric of unity rather than any concrete plans or policies, AER said. Fiscal irresponsibility and corruption, growing debt, a downgraded credit rating, decreased investment, shrinking remittances, worsening poverty, and failing economic performance are among the risks associated with a Marcos administration, it said. In the light of all this, it's no wonder that markets and investors are apprehensive regarding Marcos Jr.'s presidential campaign, AER said. It has avoided presidential debates and has refused to answer tough questions. This is hardly the kind of leadership that inspires trust in an uncertain economy, AER said. Yan po ang piece na galing po sa The Manila Times and quoting sources from Bloomberg and the AER, a local think tank. So, yung PSE index dropped, ano? So, let's tingnan natin yung analysis ni BDO Securities. For last Friday, the composite index slumped to 6,731, nasa 67,000 level, on mounting worries after the BSP indicated that inflation likely surged. Net foreign selling accelerated to 1.7 billion. So maalis pa yung foreign funds. And this is probably the reason why all the regional markets are up and the US markets are up. The Philippine market is down. Meanwhile, global stock markets closed mixed. Si Hang Seng is up, FTSE is up, S&P is down, but the Dow Jones is up. So it's mostly up. So that's the piece, That's the piece on the Manila Times. And before we go to our Philippine Stock Exchange Index, let me read some comments here from our subscribers. Just watch your video. This is a nice presentation. Sir, can you also share your journey when you started as a trader investor? Was it profitable in your first or second year? Did you experience big losses? How did you overcome it and started making money from trading, investing? Thank you again, sir, and keep safe. I think this will be a separate video. It's just a short one, but just to give you an idea, in 2020, when I started actively trading, kasi I started in 2007, this and there, a little of speculative, but more of long-term investing po ako. So I accumulated some stocks, which is now earning dividends for me, like TEL, Meralco, MPI, but my speculative stocks here and there, nag-i-invest ako, no? May panalo, may talo. But when I started recording it in December 2020, out of 100 trades, I won 83. So that's an 83% average. But in terms of profit margin, so for instance, I invested 100,000. Ang kinita ko lang doon is 4%. No, maliit lang, no? Because 2020 was a difficult year, no? Bagsak ang stock market noon. Pero pagdating po ng 2021, I had, well, year to date, 2021 up to the present, I had a total of 40 trades and I won 37 of them, or 93%. I lost 3. But in terms of P&L, yung profit margin ko po, it's higher, no? It's 15.27%. But I will be making a separate video on that, no? Next. Thanks, sir. Ricardo Atiliano. That comment came from Rogen pala, no? Thank you, Rogen. And thanks, Sir Bench. I appreciate your effort for this video. Ricardo Atiliano. This was the May 1 video, no, on the question of a subscriber. Then, tingnan natin, isa pa po. Okay, Enrico Gonzalez. Salamat, Sir Bench. Can you do a quick review of the REITs next week? LTG also if possible. Siguro I'll just do a special segment on that, but I made an initial research which I can share with you, no? Let me put that up lang, ha. Okay, this is just very quick, ha, but I'll do a special segment on this. In terms of, well, there are 6 REITs right now, and the first REIT is AREIT, diba? Now, in terms of capital appreciation, number 1 is AREIT, which had an IPO price of 27 pesos. It's now at 39.70 as of April 29. Yan po yung, in terms of capital appreciation, si Ayala REIT po yung number 1. The second, in terms of capital appreciation, is RCR, which had an IPO price of 6.45, but it's now at 7.30 as of month end. Okay, and then I'll just mention the top 3. MREIT is next of 8.7%. So still number 1 is Ayala REIT. But in terms of dividend yield, I can only have dividend yields for 2, no? AREIT, which completed the 2021, gave 1 peso 69 centavos of dividends, and based over the over the price as of April 29 of 39.70, you have a 4.26% dividend yield. The second, coming close, is DDMPR. Although hindi po ito full year, it had a 10 centavo dividend in March 2021. Although hindi niya na-complete yung full year, over 145, that's 6.65%. However, it is the worst performing REIT among the 6 REITs because it had a capital depreciation of 35.6%. Nasa 145 po siya ngayon. IPO price niya is 225. So that's just a quick review, and I'll be doing a more detailed review in a separate video. Okay? And then, so Philip Gons, sabi niya, thanks. So, maraming po salamat sa inyong mga messages, no? Philip Gons, Enrico Gonzalez, si LTG, include po natin siya ngayon. And then, maraming salamat din si Rogen and Ricardo Atiliano. So let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index on how it performed today. Yan. Let's put up, okay, nasa taas na. Meron na tayong indicators. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index ended 0.15% down, or 10.17 points, and the index is at 6721.08. So it's lower than last Friday's close. Okay. On the market, activity, the all-share index registered a 0.23% decline or 8.31 points down. The sectoral indices are all in the red except for the industrials, which gained 1.06%. The financials led the losers at 1.18%. Now, we will be reviewing the following. So, tignan po natin yung request po ni, kunin natin yung request ni Enrico Gonzalez, ha? So, let's do LTG, and then let's do the top two REITs, ano? AREIT and RCR, and then we'll do Ali and MBT, and then the next three, no? Ali, MBT, and BDO. So, let's do first LTG. Okay, LTG had a green candlestick, although the candlestick is, well, not exactly a recovery, but it's a lower candlestick than the engulfing red candlestick last Friday. And the trend continues to move downwards. So, kita nyo above the candlesticks po yung ating mga indicators, no? Yung short, medium, and long-term indicators are sliding downwards. Yung ating RSI, though, appears to have some bounce at 42.37, but in terms of support and resistance, let's draw a parallel channel. Yan po, no? Yan po ang pinaka-parallel channel po niya with the support of LTG at 8.41 and the resistance at 9.12, no? Following the parallel channel. It continues to move downwards. Then, tingnan natin si AREIT. AREIT is also down, 39.75, and it had a short green candlestick here. And tingnan natin, support area na nga ba ito? Yes, it's support area already, since if we look to the left, yan po, no? Meron pong area dito na support area and meron resistance po dito. And now, we are at support level at 39.32, more or less po ang pinaka-support niya, but this is already support area. So, it continues to move downwards. RSI is at 25, which is already oversold. Yan po si AREIT, which continues to move downwards. I guess this is the sentiment now as the election nears. And I hope you vote wisely for your president. Okay? And then RCR. Yan, moving sideways lang po si RCR. And I see a support here. Pagka-piercing through, ay sideways po, no? Support is 713. Resistance, let's take MA100 as resistance at 7.43. And pagka nagko-consolidate po ito ng ganito, ay mas malaki po ang chance na mag-bounce ng malaki rin. So, it has been consolidating since March 23, almost a month already. 1.5 rather. Sorry, I'm losing touch. So, yan po, no? Just piercing through the candlestick, and RSI is bearish at 39. Pero sabi ko nga po, yung yung consolidation pong ganito, mas malaki po yung chance na mag-bounce ng malaki. Then, let's take a look at Ali. Ali naman ay, naku, remains bearish, and it had an engulfing red candlestick last Friday, and somewhat hindi na po nag-continue, mukhang nag-hold po dito sa area to sa 32. May support kaya dito? Yes, there is support at this level within this area, no? 32.13 ang pinaka-support niya, so nasa support level na po, but RSI is bearish at 32. Continues to move downwards. Yun po si Ali. Then MBT, ito kumita po ito, but yan, no, market sentiment talaga is not very good as we approach the election, more so that yung leading candidate for president is not very attractive to investors. Okay? Hindi po yan galing sa akin, galing po yan sa think tank. Support level na rin po si MBT, nasa 50 pesos ang kanyang support level, and yung movement niya continues to be a downtrend. RSI is 33. So it appears to be moving sideways, but now it's moving downwards. Okay, then finally we have BDO. Yan, just moving sideways si BDO, holding some support at this level, no? Let's put M100 as a support. May special dividends po siya ng 1 peso. M100 support level is 128.71 with resistance here at 134.28. Okay? Yan po ang ating report sa stock market. May 2, 2022. Tomorrow is a holiday. Enjoy your one-day holiday. See you on Wednesday. Ito po si Benji Chodoro nagpapaalam. Ang investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Hanggang sa muli, stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.